Hey, how are you? I want to talk about a story today. Recently, I've been talking to one of our members, and this guy shared a story when he was talking to someone who's coming from the other company. I don't want to talk the names because you might find out. Well, especially in the SGN community, we'll know that. And it doesn't just happen in one of these companies, it's happening everywhere in the world, especially from my previous experience as well when I worked in the small, medium, and also large-sized corporate world. And the story goes, let's make the guy's name Aaron. So Aaron was working for someone, and Aaron went to the overseas attending some meetings, and Aaron just didn't show up at all much, but he will be there sometimes, and he was just attending the conference, but he did not really show 100% presence there at all. So people were concerned, hey, saying, Aaron, since you were here, why don't you just be present? And he said to the guy, well, I've been working full-time in this company. I've been paid the same amount, and as long as I show my boss that I'm working really hard and I'm really busy, and that's all they need to know. It doesn't matter if I spend more time or less time, or if I go to get more business or less business. It doesn't go to my performance at all. Why should I even care or bother? And that shocked me a lot, because what happened is there are so many organizations nowadays, so many people under the organizations that they have exactly the same mindset. All they're trying to do every day is, I just come to work, I hate my job, I don't love it. Some people might not hate it, but they say, I don't love my job, but why should I need to love my job? I just come, do my job, finish it, and leave. This is the main reason why that company is not growing. It's not about the company itself that's growing. If the people there, they're not growing, they're just all thinking like this, and they don't really care from the bottom of their heart, this organization got a big problem. And that's exactly why there are companies who are so thriving, with people are so happy working there, or there are companies they just keep shrinking, and they keep become smaller and smaller, and they start to complain about each other, start to think only for their own benefits, and all being selfish, and so on and so forth. Isn't that familiar, my friend? When you go back to the olden days, the history, that when there's a unity, there's people getting together so strong like warriors, they don't need to have a lot of people there. As long as they have the same mind and the same body, the same thought, and being so united, they can win all the battles. But if you have thousands, millions of people, no matter how many soldiers you've got, but they are not even caring, or they're not even united, they're not even thinking the same, and it's going to be very easy to be crushed. And that's the key to win the battle. Wherever you are right now, how big your company is or how small your company is, it's not about the quantity. It's about the quality. And the quality of your staff and the quality of your leadership skills. And we cannot blame every staff, because it all comes through the leadership. If a great leader can lead this group of people, it can make a huge difference. There are many tips we can do to make the team stronger. And I'm proud to say my team is super strong. We don't have a huge team. We only have a team within 10 people, but we are very strong. And the tips that I can share with you today is, number one, you need to understand about their desire and their future, their hope. Why are they working for you? Are you thinking to have them just in a short period, or you should think about, if they come to your company, what are the things you're going to invest in them? What can you grow for them so that they can achieve their goals? It's like a marriage. When you hang out with someone, you don't just want to hang out with them just for short term. Your time is your most precious asset in your life. You want to spend time in the right place, in the shortest time, and the most effective and most rewarding results. So we need to understand about your people, your staff. I need to understand my staff, what they desire, what their hope, what they want to become in 5 years, 10 years. Then you need to drive to the same goal and the same direction for them. Not just thinking about your company, yourself. Yes, you can always find some way. You can always find some way that's win-win. If you're not aligned with their goal, trust me, they won't stay longer either. So you need to understand their desire and how can you work together toward the same goal while gaining win-win results. That's number one. And number two we have here is, of course, you have to guide them and teach them. You don't just get them on board and say, okay, you do whatever you want to do. Well, I was like that a long time ago when I just started my career. But when I looked back, the mentorship my boss offered me was still there. He called me all the time. He always shared with his thoughts because he trusts me so much. Then you need to also do the same thing. A great leadership, you need to guide your people. Well, I'm not saying you have to spend every day 2 hours, 3 hours. Yes, at the beginning you might spend more time, but it's more about the consistency and the willingness and the efforts that you also invest in your people. And the next one is motivate them. Motivation isn't just about you talk, it aligned with actions as well. So, of course, every day you need to encourage them. I believe in you. You can do this. That's very powerful, trust me. However, if you just keep saying that, it's only pure words, it doesn't help either. You still need to align with your action. The best way to motivate them is to reward them. Reward them with some bonus or some different ways, give them a gift or some regular, let's say the winner of the team, the star of the week, the star of the month, whatever you want to do. You can be the creator. You can be so creative that it suits your style, but you know that as long as you take action to motivate your team, whatever you're doing, it all shows the efforts and it's aligned with the motivation, the words that you say, that you trust them, you believe them, you love them, whatever you want to say. You also take action. Love is an action word, and there are many things that we're talking about. They're all action words, not just purely talkings. The next one is be firm. Be very firm. It's like a parenting. If you're not firm to your children, they just take advantages all the time. If you are not giving to her or him, your husband, your wife gonna give to him or her. You know, they are very smart and we need clear guidance. We need clear boundaries. If it's no, it's no. If it's yes, it's yes. The only frustration that will happen to your staff is when you are very unsure, you're always doubting. They'll be like, what do you want? That's where they start to be really frustrated. It's not that they don't want to listen to you. They would love to listen to you because you are the leader, you are the boss. But when you are not even sure about what you're doing, when you're doubting, they are more frustrated than you do because they need someone who's making decisions. If you can't make decisions, they have to make decisions. And when they make decisions, then you blame on them. They will be like so upset that you don't make decisions for them. They have to make decisions. Now you don't trust them. That's where it jumps to this trap and this disaster. So don't do that, my friend. Remember, stay firm, very firm about your instructions, your boundaries, and everything. And the next point is be responsible. Take full responsibilities. So no matter what happened to your team, don't always think it's their problem. As a leader, everything happens in this company is your problem. That's what I believe. I always say to my staff that if something's going wrong, because I believe in them, I trust them, I guide them, I do whatever I can. If something goes wrong, it's still my problem because I have the responsibilities to guide them well, even better. I should find better ways. Why is that so important? When you take in charge, when you try to take responsibilities more, they will listen to you more and they will also learn from you. And that's the greatest part as a leader. A leader doesn't just have a title, they have the most responsibilities in this universe. And if you want to be a leader, if you are a leader, check yourself. Are you taking full responsibilities or you start to blame your your staff blame them and this and that, sometimes you can feel overwhelmed. Then you need to find the strategies and skills to train yourself. How can you guide them in a better way? How can you make the strategies better? How can you spend more time with them or change the way how you train them? Or there's always a way that you can sort out the problem. The thing is, if you're not taking the responsibilities, there will always be excuses and you will never get there. Now, the next thing that's truly important as well is you need to trust them. By saying trust, I'm not saying you give all the control to them. You are the leader. You have to take control in every main big things and the direction and the money related. You have to be very firm and careful. What I'm saying is trust them that they can learn from it. Trust them that we are all learning from failures. We're all learning from if this way doesn't work, then that way will work, right? So you need to give them opportunities to grow, to learn. It's like you train your children. You don't just control them to do exactly what you say. You rather give them the opportunities to try, and when they fall, they get up, they learn much faster than what you just tell them what to do. So you give that opportunity to your staff to do the job and take their responsibilities as well. Because when you start to get involved too much in every single detail, which is called micromanagement is the most wasting time thing in the universe, especially in the workplace as a leader. But if you do that, they will push all the responsibilities back to you because you get involved. I'm not saying you're not getting involved. That is why it's so important for you to set up clear SOP, clear guideline, big guideline, so they can play around, use their tools and enjoy their process. And you achieve this sense of achievement because you give them a clear direction, and they gain their sense of achievement because they are contributing and they are creating value while they are doing their part, which is why we call it as a teamwork. And we're all the same body, and you, leader, as the head, and your colleagues, your staff are your hands and feet. You all need each other. But the thing is, how can you work together to make the amazing unity, the amazing result? Okay, the last but not the least is you need to have a regular catch-up, and it depends on your time schedule. In my experience, I started catch up with my team at the beginning every single day, and I started to be exhausted. Well, it was good. I trained them a lot, and they became more like me. They think more like me. But then I need to have more time to run business and to do the other stuff. So I start to set up their customs, like the habit that they can catch up. So while I'm not there, they can still catch up. They take turns to share, to check the things that they need to discuss. But we need to finalize the time. We don't just go over and over talking. And sometimes it's a funny joke, but it's happening everywhere that everybody's telling me, well, I spend most time with our colleagues than with our clients. Obviously, they only have 10% of their time serving the clients. 90% of the time is all internal meetings. So don't jump to that trap. So let's focus on clear boundary, clear timeline. And what you can do regular means maybe you can do a weekly call, but you can do in between some check-in with some specific items with some colleagues so that they stay on track. And the best thing is start the week strong. I suggest you start from the Monday or Tuesday latest so that you can inject them with energy and motivation. Sometimes you need to do even 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. Throw the timeline. You can even do 15 minutes per day. Why not? Just to hear and collect the feedback and Q&A and also celebrate some wins. That would be really awesome. Well, I hope and I believe this can help you a lot as a business owner, especially in the corporate world. You can do this and you're not alone. There's so many people who are struggling as you are, and I was there before. I'm so glad that I learned, and I learned from all my mistakes, and I don't want you to make these mistakes. If possible, if you want to, you can fall and then you get up, you say, wow, I wish I have done this. But it's okay. It's all about learning journey, and you're amazing. You can always do as long as you believe. So God bless you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.